What's going on, guys? It's HawkWX, and today I'm going to be doing my RLCS London Major predictions. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Now let's get into the video. Okay, guys, I just want to start off by saying I've never actually gotten a prediction wrong in RLCS, so this sheet is probably going to be 100% correct. So if you do like RLCS betting or anything, just be sure to bet your house on my prediction sheet. Okay, so first of all, we have BDS versus Mobula. I'm sorry, Mobula, but this is just a 3-0. It's just a quick 3-0. It's just the way it is. They're not even a true SSA team. BDS won the most recent regional in the last two regionals actually in EU, I believe. So 3-0. G2 Gladiators, that is, in my opinion, another 3-0. In my opinion, and I do like NA, but this is my opinion, I think that G2 has the best overall roster in RLCS. I truly do believe that. Like, I think G2 is one of the overall favorites to win this major if they play the way they should. But anyway, Vitality versus Chiefs. Now, this is... Okay, so Chiefs is the 2 seed from OCE. I'm gonna say 3-2. Does Chiefs even take a game? What do you guys think? I'm not even gonna give Chiefs a game. I'm really not. I just think Vitality is gonna come in locked in for some reason. Okay, so Gentlemate's Twisted. This could be a close one, kinda. Not really. I mean, Gentlemates is gonna... What people don't understand, people are always like, oh, Gentlemates online, they're not that great. They aren't playing that great. They are major players, like they truly are. They proved it last major. They won the major. They won the Copenhagen major. They've always, all three of those players, especially Seiko and Itachi, they've always played well on majors, or on land. So I'm gonna give this a 3-1 because Twisted should be able to take one game, I would think. Okay, now Furia and OG. What do we think here? I mean, Furia is probably, in my opinion, the better team. So I'm just gonna I'll make this a 3-2. I do think the OG is gonna perform better this major than they did last major. I personally think the OG isn't that like far of a long shot to actually make a top 8 if they play to their maximum potential, which I feel like a lot of people think even if OG peaked, they wouldn't be able to make top 8. I actually do think they could make top 8 if they peaked. But will I have them in my top 8? I don't know. We'll see. Oxygen Power. I'm sorry. A lot of people think that Power is going to make this a series. I don't. Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'll do 3-1. I'll do 3-1. I think Power can take a game. Falcon Space Station. Okay, so this is my opinion too. This could be a lot closer than people think. If Space Station fires on all cylinders and plays as good as they possibly can, like when they went to the grand finals in NA and took G2 to 7, if they play that well, they might be able to take Falcons to 7. But first round of Swiss, that's just a tough matchup for Space Station. That's a tough matchup for Falcons too, but I'm just gonna say, I'll say 3-1. I wouldn't be surprised if that goes to 5. You know what? I'm actually gonna make it 3-2. I want to see a good matchup there. I want to see a good first round matchup there in Swiss between Falcons and Space Station. I think it can go to 5. I think it can easily go to 5. Gen G and Secret. Oh yeah, and I'm sorry guys that I'm assuming that you guys all know what these rosters are, but I'm assuming if you click this video, you probably know quite a bit about RLCS or enough to know what these rosters are. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be watching. Anyway, Secret is heavily slept on. People aren't giving Secret, in my opinion, as much credit as they should be. So for that, I'm still going to give Gen G the win, but I'll say 3-2. I think that's going to be closer than people think. But the thing that people also are forgetting is, like, a lot of people are also sleeping on Gen G because they haven't been winning every single regional in NA or getting in the grand final every single time. But by the way, just like I was talking about with Gentlemates, those are LAN players. Chronic, First Killer, and Appjack, historically, they are really good on LAN. I think Gen G could surprise people. They easily could surprise people this LAN. They're a team that if they won the whole thing, I would not be surprised. I'm going to start from the bottom and I'll go because the matchups get better as you go up. So Power versus Twisted. Okay, guys, this could be one that OCE actually takes one, I think, because this is my opinion. I think Mina is a little bit overrated. I think Falcons is extremely good. I think they can win the major. But when you get outside Falcons, I don't think Mina's as good as everybody thinks. That's my opinion. I am a champ player in Rocket League. I know I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. I just don't see all this depth that people are talking about in Mina, but Falcons are major. They can win a major. Falcons can win a major. But outside of Falcons, I don't think there's a team in Mina that can win a major. So, you know what? I want to be silly and give Power this series, but I'm still going to I'll go in favor of Twisted here. I'll make that, that'll go to 5, I think. Either way, I could easily see Power taking that series, though. I'm not kidding. Chiefs OG, the OG is going to win this. I just don't see Chiefs doing great in this. I'll give them a game, though. Gladiator Space Station. Okay, this is a 3. Space Station will somehow probably lose a game. I'll make that a 3-1. Okay, Secret Mobula. This is a 3-0. Secret's better than people think. Secret's better than people think. Gentlemate's Oxygen. Okay, this could be a really, really good series here. I'm gonna say, oh god, this is, in my opinion, LAN players versus LAN players. People forget how good Oski was on LAN when he was on Liquid, and people forget, I mean, apparently people forget how good Joyo is on LAN, and Archie's pretty good too. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give this one to Oxygen. I am actually gonna give this one to Oxygen. I'm gonna make it a 3-2. That'll go to 5 and probably. But I could also see Oxygen getting swept. It just depends on, we've never seen this Oxygen team on LAN. I just think that if Oxygen fires on all cylinders, they could legitimately probably win this major. Furia Vitality, okay. So the big question here is Furia gonna perform as well as they did last LAN? because last LAN, throughout all Swiss, they peaked. They went 3-0 through Swiss, I believe. Their offense is really good, but when they meet a strong defense or just a foundationally sound team like Vitality, I feel like they start to crumble, and they did beat Vitality actually in Swiss last time, but I gotta give this to Vitality. I'll let it go to 5 though. And then G2 Falcons, okay, this is going to 5, but I just gotta go 3-2. I just think that G2 should just win that series if they play the way they should, and that's just my opinion. BDS Gen G, this could probably be closer than people think. In fact, I think it will be closer than people think. I'm gonna make that a 3-2. We're on to round 3 now. Chiefs Gladiators. All right, OCE taking a series here. People are forgetting APAC is still APAC. Okay, and I'm actually giving OCE too much credit now, probably, but I'm gonna make this a 3-2. I want to see OCE actually do kind of well for once on lane. I actually do like the OCE players quite a bit. I want to see them do well. Power Mobula. Okay, this is a 3-1. Mobula's got to take one game at some point, right? I don't think I haven't even had them they've got swept twice so far. So Mobula's got to take one game at some point here and just get swept out of the major, because that's what's probably going to happen. And now we got Gen G and Space Station. Okay, this could, I don't know what's going to happen here, because Space Station has been playing really well. Gen G's been playing not so well. But if we're going off of what Gen G should play like at a major, I would lean towards Gen G. If I'm going off what I saw in NA this split, I would say Space Station might take this in 5. Going off of how these players should play at LAN, Gen G, please don't disappoint me. All right, Falcon Secret. This will be a 3-1 probably, in my opinion. I can see Secret taking a game there. Furia Twisted, this is a 3-0. The MENA depth is just not, in my opinion, there as much as other people think. There's really good teams in MENA outside of Falcons, but Furia and Twisted just aren't on the same level. Gentlemates and OG. Okay, guys, this is another team. Okay, so in my opinion, OG is the NA Gentlemates, like in a way. Like they both are very foundationally sound. They both make you make mistakes, kind of, and they counter off your mistakes, it seems like. But I do think Gentlemates has more offensive firepower. I could see this going to 5. In fact, I will have it going to 5, but I'm going to have Gentlemates taking that series. I just can't not have Gentlemates taking that series. G2 Vitality. G2, they beat Vitality last time in the playoffs. I'm giving this to G2 again. I'll have it go to 5. And I know, guys, I might be going too all out for G2 here, but G2, I'm telling you, and I don't even know how you can necessarily disagree with this take. If G2 plays the way that they should, and even Vitality plays the way that they should, G2, on paper, the better team. That's just my opinion. Vitality, obviously, insanely good. But on paper, you compare the players, Zen is the only player that is better, arguably, than the rest of the players on G2. All right, BDS versus Oxygen. Okay, this is interesting. I'm gonna throw a wrench into things here. I'm gonna make this be 3-2. I don't know why I'm gonna have Oxygen doing that well, but BDS, okay, we can't forget this, okay? BDS was not playing phenomenally. They've played well throughout the whole year. They've played well throughout the whole year, but they weren't winning regionals like they were in EU, and now they are. I just think at some point, the wheels will probably not fall off, but they'll probably get shaky a little bit, probably lose a series at some point. It could be there to a peaking Oxygen, so we're gonna go with that. Oxygen has one of the best offenses in the world when they are firing on all cylinders. I saw it. When they made that top 4, they looked insane. When they beat Carmine in the playoffs, that was just Oxygen. Oxygen's good, guys. Oxygen is extremely good, and people, I think, are giving them not enough credit. OG Twisted. Okay, this will be a 3-1 probably. I think not Oxygen. I think OG is going to do better than people think. Space Station and Power. This will be a 3. Oh man, OCE is not going to make weight. Maybe they'll make round 5 here. All right, 3-1. And Secret. Okay, let's see. 3-0. Just kidding. Unfortunately, OCE is going out here, and I'll let it go to 5 just for fun. But that's probably going to be a 3-1 if that happens. Okay, BDS versus Falcons. Oh god, that would be oh my god, look at this round 4. This is actually stacked. Dude, these majors, now there's only 4 teams that come from EU and NA. It makes it like truly the best of the best, in my opinion. I know that it like kind of is unfortunate for some of the other teams that are really good, but it really does just make these majors extremely stacked. Okay, I'm sorry guys, but in my opinion, if we're going off LAN history here, EU, best region in the world. NA, I think, is right there. NA just always finds a way to choke. I don't know how. It just always happens. BDS, I mean, you're taking this. In fact, I could see this ending up being 3-1, but I'll have it be 3-2. There's something about Monkey Moon. The guy if BDS is playing well, watch out. Everybody watch out. So Vitality versus Gen G. You know what? I don't know what to do here, because both of these teams, there's just something about both of these teams for some reason that I can see them being really shaky, but also playing really well. And I don't know why I feel that way. What do I want to do? Vitality's the more consistent team over the season, but I'm gonna have a hot and juicy Gen G coming out and taking that in 5. Wow, I have a good amount of series going to 5. Not necessarily all of them, but I feel like I have a lot. Furia versus Gentlemates. I just really don't think that Furia is gonna play as hot as they did in that first major. Can they do it again? Probably. Well, yeah, they can. They can do it again, but I don't know if they will. I don't think that they probably will. And then Gentlemates are Gentlemates. I mean, they're the last regional or the last major champion. This is just tough because you have to. Which one's going to be popping off? Are they both going to be popping out? And if they're both popping off, I mean, Furia might take it just because of their offensive firepower. Man, this literally could go either way. Let's make this go in Gentlemate's favor. I just think they are extremely good, and that'll go to 5 probably. That's just either way. Okay, Vitality versus Secret. See you later, Secret. Unfortunate, but you're just not beating Zen, Rado, and Alpha in round 5. That's gonna be a 3-1, maybe even a 3-0. Okay, Furia versus Space Station. Oh man, dude, I want to have 3 NA teams in there so bad. I want to have 4 because I do love NA. I'm NA biased, but I'm being realistic here. I honestly think that if both these next matchups here, Furia, Space Station, and Falcons OG, if those NA teams are peaking, they can do it. But if they're not peaking, which is probably more likely than them peaking, they probably won't. But I do want to make things interesting. So I'm going to do the one that is probably more possible, and I'm going to have Space Station beating Furia 3-2. And the reason that I'll say that one's more likely is because Furia, when they run into a foundationally sound team, which Space Station, they've only lost to, I think, Shopify, Gen.G, and G2 the whole season, I believe, and I think OG once, maybe. So, I mean, I think there's a chance that if Space Station plays well, like they usually do, it could make Furia kind of shaky, and Furia could fall apart. But if Furia plays the way they did in the last major, Furia is going straight to the playoffs again. But anyway, I'm sorry, OG, I just can't see you. I can't have all 4 NA teams, and that just can't happen. And also, guys, Furia will probably be in the top 8 over Space Station. I just want to make it spicy. I just want to see NA do well for once in my life, okay? If you're an EU fan, just have some sympathy for me. I was saying EU fan because EU always wins everything, but I guess if you're a Sam fan, have some sympathy for me, even though Sam never has won anything. But anyway, OG, taking a game here. I don't think you're taking more than 1 game here against Falcons, but anyway, top 8 is set. What do we have? Wow, first G2 is 2 Oxygen. That's tough, but the top 4 is 3 EU and 1 NA, and then Gen.G at 5. Vitality, Falcons, and Space Station. If that happened, dude, that would be so hype. That could happen. It really could happen. I mean, it's not super duper unlikely. Well, looks like the 3 NA teams and the top 8 isn't going to last very long if that happened, because I'm sorry, Space Station, but this is a 4-2. Could it go to 7? I think it could, but it's not going to, if it happens. 4-2, I would say. Now, Gentlemates versus Gen.G. Oh my god, dude. Why did all the NA teams end up on the same side of the bracket, too? That's actually cringe. What do I do here? It's just so hard because Gentlemates literally looked like the best team in the world at the last major. But can they do it again? Because they probably can, but like, will they? And is Gen.G gonna keep playing badly, or are they gonna be, well, badly for them, or are they gonna put together what we think they can put together and just win the major? Let's just be interesting, okay? There's gonna be EU's dominated everything for a long time, okay? Just let me have my NA moment. Oxygen, Falcons. Okay. This is tough. Dude, I don't know what it is. I saw what Oski did last Worlds. I saw what Joyo's done on LAN every time he's made it. 4-3 in favor of Oxygen. I think Falcons can win this whole major, guys, but there's just something about those players on Oxygen. I don't know. We'll see. BDS versus Vitality. Okay, this is another interesting matchup because this can literally go either way too. But we're gonna go with the recent EU regional winner. Wow, we got 2 EU, 2 NA. So let's see. Guaranteed EU versus NA in the finals. I love when that happens, even though it always is an EU champion. But okay, so let's say we have a peaking Gen.G, we have a G2 that's playing the way they should. If that's the case, man, I mean, I gotta give it a G2. G2 is just, they've just proven to me so many times that Gen.G has won a lot against G2 when they've played them, but it's so hard to bet against G2 right now. Okay, Oxygen versus BDS. I mean, is it really gonna be G2 versus BDS like it always used to be, man? At least when I first started watching Rocket League, the first grand final I ever saw was G2 versus BDS. Dude, this is actually crazy because I'm not even doing this because, like, I really like the Carmine team. I actually really do like Vatira, Rise, and Atao. I think that they're an extremely good team. I like all 3 of those players. I think they're all extremely talented. So I'm not trying to get Oxygen in the grand final to knock Carmine out. I personally, I'd be fine with either of those teams, Oxygen or Carmine, making Worlds. I like them both, but I'm not doing this because I don't like Carmine. This is just insane though, because I really do think that if Oxygen peaks, they can win this whole thing. But it's just like, will they? Probably not. But I mean, if they do what Fury or Gentlemates did and play at the highest level the whole time, it's easily possible. Dude, but it's BDS, it's Monkey Moon, Drawley, and Exotic. But specifically Monkey Moon. Oh my god, dude. Why do I actually think Oxygen could take this? I've seen Oski and Joyo play so well on LAN. I feel like everybody has G2 versus BDS, so guess what? 4-3. And then, oh my god, okay, so G2 Oxygen. This is actually kind of funny because in an off-season tournament, Oxygen beat G2 with the roster of Oski, Ixo, and Archie, but that was also an off-season tournament and G2 was not together for very long. Neither was Oxygen, to be fair. And it was a reverse sweep. But boy, oh boy, what do I do here? I mean, give me my first NAA champion in a long time. G2, take it home for me. I mean, guys, this bracket is completely absurd and probably extremely unlikely, but it's not like compared to any other situation that could happen, any other top 4 that could happen, I feel like it's not that insane. Like if G2 plays as well as they can, if Gen G plays as well as they can, if Oxygen plays as well as they can, BDS plays as well as they can, that top 4 can happen, and that grand final can happen, and this would send Oxygen to Worlds, which would be insane. But guys, I just want to see something exciting. I mean, I want it to be a different top 4 this time than 3 EU teams or 4 EU teams in G2. Honestly, if I could hope for a top 4, it would be like Falcons, Furia, G2, and Oxygen. I think that would be a fun top 4. Get 4 different regions in the top 4. Okay, these teams, you just can't change them. I just don't think you can change them, but Space Station I think can be changed with Furia easily, and it probably will be. This is my bracket. Also, really quick guys, shout out to right here, can I highlight it? Cody VRL. He made this spreadsheet. He is officially the GOAT because of that. You should go and give him a follow on Twitter. Yeah, very solid spreadsheet here. Very, very slick. But yeah, guys, I think that is going to do it for my yap session about the RLCS London Major 2024. And also, guys, be sure to let me know down in the comments what team you think will win this major. And actually, even if you want to, let me know your top 8 that you'd have, like who you think will make top 8 and then top 4, and then just winning it. And yeah, here's mine. You can take your final little look at my top 8 / bracket / this is not gonna happen, but it's cool. We want this to happen. It'd be fun. Anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you all on the next one. Peace.